Using the givens, the diagram, and facts that you know to be true, write an equation or equations to solve for x and y. So again, if we look at the givens, we have three angle expressions represented. We also see the tick marks here saying that the lines are parallel to each other. So remember, parallel lines are results of a transformation of four angles created by two intersecting lines. So for example, this angle here of 9x plus 12 is formed by this and this intersecting lines. So what do we know about that? This is vertical to this angle here, and they are congruent to each other. This angle of 9x plus 12 and the angle directly to its right form a linear pair, so they are supplementary. While this angle I just marked in blue has a vertical match, which means they are congruent. So again, using these angles here, it's a translation to create these angles here. So this 9x plus 12 gets translated to this point, and here's its vertical match. This angle here in blue, when we translate it, goes to the 3x, and there's its vertical match. So now looking at my diagram, we see a couple things to be true. We see that 9x plus 12 plus 3x is equal to 180. We see that 9x plus 12 is equal to 4y minus 10. We also see that 4y minus 10 plus 3x is equal to 180. So we have three equations that are being formed. So here's our three equations that we talked about. As we look at the three equations, you have a couple options. In blue, we can see that there is only one variable there, so we could work on solving for x, and then once we have its value, substituting into either the purple or the green equation and solve for y. You could take the green and blue equations and set them up like a systems of equations problem, similar to something that looks like this, and solve it using substitution or elimination as well. I would recommend starting with the blue equation here and undoing that to solve for x. So again, we can combine our like terms here on the left, 9x and 3x, that's 12x. Our next step would be subtracting 12 from each side. So then we said we're going to divide by 12 on each side, which gives you a value of x equals 14. So again, once I know the value for x, we could substitute it either into the purple or the green equation and solve for y. So again, regardless of which equation you used, if you substituted 14 in for x, and you worked on simplifying each side of the equation you did your substitution on, you undo to solve for y, we can see that y is 37. So x has a value of 14 and y has a value of 37. This would allow us to find all of those individual angle measurements for your diagram.